How are you, man?
All good, man.
It's always a pleasure to see you. I know, as you said, it's a traveling circus, and how here we are back again in Prague. If you have what do you think so far of the conference?
I love it. There's still a very high signal-to-noise ratio conference. I love it.
Yeah. So, you know what we do, Vexel. Have you used Vexel yet?
I have, or sort of.
Okay. Yeah.
I've connected with people on it, but I haven't made an actual trade yet.
So what are maybe the reasons why you haven't done an actual trade yet, let's say?
Well, I live in an area with not many Vexel users around, and I've been super busy this weekend, so I haven't, the biggest user base is here in Prague, I guess, because Prague is like the Bitcoin capital of Europe, right?
Yeah, so have you heard about our newest feature called Vexel Clubs? Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, you briefly told me about it yesterday, I think, but there's a lot of information to take in here.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to just what Vexel is, right, and what Bitcoin means to you. We know Bitcoin is peer-to-peer electronic cash without those financial institutions. When you look around and you see all of these companies and all of these things, what do you think of all of this? Are there people who are building cool shit, or what's your general kind of perception around here?
To me, during the block size wars, there were a lot of centralized companies that tried to take over Bitcoin. It was never about the block size; it was about control. And you had BitPay as the biggest payment processor, and then you have this famous tweet: "My trust in you is broken," and then BTC Pay Server is born as an open source alternative to this centralized thing. And Vexel is sort of the same, right? It's to I'd say BTC Pay Server is to BitPay what Vexel is to local Bitcoins. Yeah. So governments and regulators trying to attack Bitcoin and trying to take down certain things. I mean, this goes back to before Bitcoin too, like the Pirate Bay people being prosecuted, for instance. I mean, BitTorrents are still around. That once a technology or a thing is invented, you can't really uninvent it, or undiscover it. So we just find new ways, and it's sort of like we're outpacing the bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when we start getting into Bitcoin, right? It's like, your friends hear about Bitcoin, maybe they ask you, okay, how do I buy it and all of this? And it's like, well, a lot of people recommend these services that require a lot of personal information from you. Yeah. And then I hear people say, well, it's so convenient, right? Well, it might be convenient, but what are the trade-offs in that to you? What do you feel about KYC and this process that people have to go through?
Oh, man, I mean, KYC defeats the very purpose of money in the first place. Money is a tool that humans figured out because they wanted to show appreciation and value to people they didn't know. It's so you have something to exchange with people you don't trust. That's the whole point of money. So KYC is oxymoronic on every level to me. Yeah.
Exactly, and what we've seen this year, some exchanges and these kind of things coming out and saying, hey, we're sorry, your information did wind up in the wrong hands, and what are the repercussions that people are going to face? I mean, how many more fingers do we have to lose this year before people start waking up and saying, hey, it's not worth it. Convenience is maybe convenient, but you're putting yourself in massive risk.
And this goes for all honeypots. I mean, I get the story wrong here, so I'm paraphrasing, but this is a great story that I heard in Amsterdam about a village in the Netherlands during World War II. They had a countrywide or a nationwide poll where you got to write down your name and profession and religious affiliation. And these were usually stored in churches, I believe, but in this particular town it was stored somewhere else. And when the Nazis came, some guy burnt down the honeypot. So he burnt down all that information, and they had 40% more Holocaust survivors because of it. So centralized honeypots are a danger to everyone, and people should be more aware of this. So like we're here to educate about that, I think. Yeah.
So I mean, you've published quite a few books at this point, and you have, you know, we've known each other for a while. I remember back in the day when you called me a shitcoiner, and I will never let you live that down. But if you have, you know, one piece of advice to someone who is new, learning about Bitcoin for the first time, you know, just as our final kind of question here, what would you say to them?
That's a good question. By the way, you're not a shitcoiner, Grafton, not at all.
Thank you for saying that.
You're one of the most non-shitcoiny people I know on the planet. Like, so I just the official statement, right?
Just so we get that on record. We got that on record now.
Yeah. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is just an agreement on a fixed set of rules. And the reason we agree on this particular set of rules instead of fiat rules or shitcoin rules is that these rules are more expensive to try to break than to just follow. And that's what creates this uncopyable thing on the internet, which was always the interesting aspect of it. Like something you cannot copy, and therefore you can use it as a medium of exchange over space and time. In other words, money. That is the core thing here. The 21 million. That's everything, and that's what we have to fight for. Satoshis, goddammit! Like Satoshis are the thing.
Well, you know, and I remember sitting under a tree in Stromovka Park, one of the biggest parks here, reading your book, and you know what really resonated with me was that low time preference type thing, and what I kind of learned.
Did an orange fall on your head?
No, it didn't. But what really, you know, it resonated is Bitcoiners save money. They understand the value. We're conservative. We understand why it's important to save and do those things, where you have, you know, shitcoiners, all they want to do is spend, and fiat money teaches you to spend. And so that, you know, I thank you for writing that book. It had a big impression on me, and I think on this entire space. So yeah, we're all grateful for your words that have helped us get there. So
thank you for those kind words. And yeah, I'd just like to emphasize that I think the whole store of value, medium of exchange debate is that dichotomy is false to me. It's a medium of exchange in 4 dimensions, meaning it's a medium of exchange over space when you trade with others, and over time when you trade with your future self. So, and you can't have one without the other. And no one wants money for the sake of money. Like, money is useless unless you spend it. Yep. So saving is just spending it at a later date. There's nothing wrong with that. And like, so we need both aspects, and the dichotomy is false. Yep. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. It is always a pleasure to see you. I hope we can get at least one steak dinner in before you leave. We'll see how that happens, but thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference, man.
You too, man.